I lived in San Francisco at a weird time.
Yeah.
Because when I was a kid, Harvey
Milk.
and Mayor Moscone
Yeah.
were assassinated.
Yeah.
And that was my city. I was like 6 or something.
Yeah.
So I was conscious of it.
Yeah.
And there were all these memorials going on. I was conscious, but I didn't.
You didn't go?
No, I didn't. I was a kid, but yeah, that's weird. And Dianne Feinstein stepped up. She became the mayor.
Uh-huh.
You know Dianne Feinstein.
Of course.
Yeah. Once I played recorder in City Hall for the mayor.
Yeah? With a bunch of kids?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
It's my first foray into music. One time I won a singing contest, which
Really?
is so weird, because we were auditioning to be for somebody to sing at our 5th grade graduation.
Yeah.
And the song was an odd song when I think of it, but
Yeah.
so we had to go up and audition in front of the whole school.
Yeah.
And here I am, like, I'm shy, but
Yeah.
I've always had this part that's sort of like a total ham.
Yeah.
So I go up there and I'm like, and the song is like this. And this is how I sing it.
Okay.
Yes, sir, that's my baby. No, sir, I don't mean a maybe. Yes, sir, that's my baby now.
So that probably made people laugh.
Yeah, so I got it.
That's cool.
And I sang it like that.
Oh.
That's my baby now. By the way, did you hear that preacher who said, yes, sir, that's my baby. No, sir, I don't mean a maybe. Yes, sir, that's my baby now.
Oh.
It's a weird song to sing at a 5th grade graduation.
5th grade graduation, huh?
Yeah.
That's funny.
DeMarco was there.
Was he? Were you still in love with him at that point?
No,
Oh.
I had moved on.
Oh. I won best Halloween costume a lot. My mom used to really put her energy into making a costume, dressing me up, and I think it was both my parents were like super into it because they would win all the time too. One time they dressed as a caveman. My dad found this old rug, and he made it into two cave outfits. My mom had that was when Raquel Welch was doing that, the cave woman thing, and so I remember my mom teased her hair all wild and everything, and my dad had a club, and he would like pretend to drag her by the hair. Yeah, they would win. I remember they wanted this cool ceramic rooster set that I thought was cool, and they were so proud of it because they wanted it in a Halloween costume party.
And you won a lot.
I won in school a lot, yeah. My mom dressed me as a robot one year. One year I was a mummy. And these were all like handmade, custom, like I've seen these TV programs about kids who didn't want handmade costumes but wanted store-bought ones, and that was never me. I always thought the store ones were cheesy because my mom, she went all out. She made me a robot one time, painted my jeans silver, and I had boxes with aluminum foil on, and aluminum foil had an antenna. And then one year I was a mummy, and one year I was like, she put me in this bridesmaid dress, put band-aids and put makeup on me and everything. It was crazy. I won that year too, and she told me, act like this, and I was like, yeah. And then I used to win a lot of swimming awards.
Swimming?
Swimming, yeah. I was a good swimmer. I was in swim swim team when I was 5.
You have such broad shoulders. It seems to me that you
Yeah.
would be an awesome swimmer.
Yeah, I was always a real good swimmer. Fast. And the summer before I got a car. I think I was 14. I got on 2 swim teams, and they were on 2 different parks. And I used to ride my bike to the practices. And there was one day a week when I had to go to both practices, and that was a real long day because I would have to swim for a couple hours, and then ride my bike for an hour, and then swim for another couple hours, and then ride my bike home. And it was a lot of swimming, and it was a lot of cardio, and I never remember getting tired. I I always remember like it was fun, and I was like, no one pushed me to do it. It's like I just did it on my own. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had a lot of energy. Once I got a car, though, I didn't ride my bike anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, at 16. I had a car waiting for me.
You seem to enjoy riding the bike in Fresno.
That was pretty fun. Mm-hmm. That was a cool bike.
Yeah, that was like a bike made for you.
So do you want to hear about what I'd like to do?
Yeah.
So I'd like to pack the car so that we could live out of it for a while. Mm-hmm. And then go get like a national parks pass and go over the pass and go around, go to like Death Valley and what's that other one down there?
Joshua Tree?
Huh? Joshua, yeah. I would go to Joshua and then go visit my friends in Southern California, maybe go on a dolphin boat or something. And she would totally host us. And then come up the coast and camp and couch surf along the way. Depending on how much time we had, we'd go to Tahoe or something like that. Spend some time on the east side in the hot tubs. Just camp out there for a few days. There's so much to see out there. It's really amazing. Yeah. There's Devil's Post Pile. That's really cool. And then Convict Lake's really cool. And
I think I've been to Convict Lake.
Yeah. And then there's a lot of different springs besides that one. And then we could just work our way south. Won't hit Vegas. I'm not interested in Grand Canyon either. But maybe... it depends on how...
You're not interested in what?
Grand Canyon.
Oh.
But
have you been there?
Yeah, a few times. And I'm glad I checked it off my list. Because I would want to go. Yeah. But
you haven't been to Yellowstone?
No. Yeah.
That's crazy.
I know. So...
have you been to, like, in Utah?
Yeah, but it's been such a long time that I want to go back. So that's the other thing I was thinking. That could, depending on how good it was going, that could entice me to go to like Zion and Bryce and Arches and all those,
Yeah.
I'd be down for that.
You haven't been there?
Yeah, I have, but it's been like, I was like 18, 19.
What about the Southwest, like Chaco Canyon and...
Chaco Canyon, I'm really interested in it. I have a good special narrated by Robert Redford on it on my DVR.
Have you been there?
No.
I've been there.
Yeah, how was it?
Cool.
I would like to go, especially if you would.
Yeah, I was there when I was 18.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to go do all that. That sounds really fun to me. Sleeping in a tent or couch surfing, eating out of an ice chest. That sounds wonderful. Having campfires, snuggling. That'll be fun. I would like to do that.
In the winter?
If you go down to the Southwest, it's not that big a deal. And I have electricity.
Yeah. In
the car. Not a whole bunch, but some,
Yeah.
The car makes electricity. Extra electricity, and I don't have to worry about the battery dying. I got that big battery in the back, and I got this thing that cost me $600 to install that system, but it charges the batteries that need charging. It gives preference to the car battery. Once that's charged, it charges the other one.
That's very cool.
Yeah, and it's smart, and it doesn't. When you're using that extra battery, it doesn't drain the car battery, so you don't have to worry about.
That's great.
Right? Yeah, so you could use electricity, and if you drove, I could probably use electricity for my thing to sleep 3 days a week, 3 days, and then drive for a day, and it'll probably be charged up again. I'm pretty sure. I don't know for sure. 'Cause I haven't tested it, but I'm pretty sure. I think that would work.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't know how long it's been since I've been free like this to do this. You know, because I couldn't go anywhere because I needed electricity. I couldn't camp. I haven't been able to camp for a long time.
Because of.
Because I can't.
Why?
Because I have sleep apnea and need electricity to run my machine, or I don't sleep well. So, I mean, I didn't have money to go anywhere before I went viral in 2010. I was just like, I'm just living here, you know, trying to survive. But once I got some money, then I was like, man, it'd be cool. I mean, I don't want to stay in hotels. I don't want to take a plane anywhere, you know. But I like a lot of California. I've explored a lot of California, like when I was a truck driver and before that.
But okay, I have a question. There's a few people I know that who are really smart people.
Yeah.
Who are totally disinterested in traveling. And one of the reasons that they're disinterested, in my view, is because they simply can't, for whatever reason. They have young kids, or old kids that still at home, or they don't have money, or whatever. So it's like not an option. So it's the best thing to think is like, I'm not interested in traveling. That way it doesn't bother you.
Yeah.
Because to me, it's really weird that when a smart person is not interested in traveling. Because it's like, if you're smart, you're curious.
Yeah.
So why would you not be curious about...
I am curious, but I'm curious about the shit that's around here. And I spent 10 years traveling.
I know, but outside of the country, outside of this country.
It doesn't interest me because I like this country.
But how do you know that you like this country when you haven't been to except 2 countries or something?
It doesn't matter because I'm too busy having fun here.
I know, but how does it lessen?
It doesn't lessen it, but
anything?
I'm busy. I'm busy doing this, what I want to do. You know, and I don't have time or I mean, it's more expensive and it's harder to travel farther.
But it changes your perception.
Yeah, you know, it seems like anywhere I go, you're just there, you know, and I could just be here and just be there. You know, I mean, California has so much cool shit that you could just go to the different places in California, and by the time you're done...
Right, but it's all in California. And the point is like, that's one type of traveling. Yeah. But it's not going to push you at all. It's not going to arch your thinking at all.
That's not true. There's like endless things to see and do in California.
I know.
And they're cool, and it's the coolest place here.
But you're not going to be confronted with totally different like social norms, or you're not going to be confronted with a different way of thinking.
Yeah. I'm not interested in that.
Perceiving like the way people perceive the world in different places.
Yeah. I'm not interested. And then plus, you know, spending my entire adult life in Yosemite, I met people from all over the world all the time. You know what I mean? I mean, I was in the middle of it, you know, like dealing... I mean, you see what it's like when you go up there. Yeah. It's like you can be in one place, sitting in one spot, and hear 5 or 6 different languages.
I totally agree, but it's a different thing to be when you're the minority in a different country. Yeah. It's a totally different thing.
It doesn't interest me. I like it here. It's beautiful here. And there's tons of see, you know.
But how is traveling outside of the country, like, how is that at all?
What?
Like, you can like it here
Yeah.
and still be curious about what other places are like. But
No, not
you're
really. Not really. It doesn't have any. It doesn't have any attraction to me. It doesn't. I mean.
Well, that's where we are very.
Okay, so but here's
very
it. Listen.
different.
Let me finish. It's expensive to take planes, and when you can't car camp, you know, you got to find a place to stay. You know, that shit's, you know, expensive, and I figure, you know, for what it costs to go to Europe for a week or 2 weeks, you can do 4 times as much here.
I disagree with that.
Yeah, well, but you figured out a way to, you know, to make it happen. But so, but you know, the thing is, the way you got it figured out. You know, I would totally do it. I would go traveling with you. You know, I mean, between couch surfing and your flyer miles, I think it would be stupid not to take advantage of that. You know what I mean? So it's like,
Yeah,
there's enough interest. There's enough interest for me to go places that I would do it. Or the other thing is, like, if I was filthy rich, if like all of a sudden I became a millionaire, I would probably travel a lot more. Especially if I didn't have.
Okay, that's precisely what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Like, you don't think about it. It's not an option for you.
No,
right
it's
now.
an option. I mean, I could have decided to have done it. It's just never been something that interested me. But if you have so much money that you're trying to figure out what to do with it, then I probably would travel more. Yeah. Because then everything's easy. You know, whatever kind of jam you get into or whatever, it's like you could just pay for a place to stay, and you know it's good, because when you pay money, it's, you know what I mean, things are easy.
Mm-hmm.
I would probably do that. You know, I mean, if I'd had a lot more money, then I probably would have. But you know, I was busy making this land. You know, this is a lot of work. I put a lot of my energy into this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, I feel the same way about, like, how come you don't have a piece of land? You know, it's like, aren't you drawn to, like, you know, be connected to a piece of land, or to work the land, or, you know what I mean? That's just like my thinking, you know. I mean, I've always been someone who liked to grow stuff, you know, and I mean, I planted that tree right there in 1990, 2 years before I had a well. You know, that was my drive, you know, and wanting to discover far off places, it's like not, you know, it's not in my realm of things that I'm interested in. You know, I have plenty that I'm interested in.
That makes us really different.
Yeah.
In that way.
Yeah. I mean, I always had chickens. I've always had dogs. Or not always, but
Yeah.
I started getting dogs again when I was driving truck.
Yeah.
So that's a whole different thing, you know.
It is.
Yeah. And I loved having this land, you know, because everything I did to it, it was like I was doing it for myself, you know.
Yeah.
Making improvements, you know. It's a lot of work to develop land, you know, especially a big piece like this. And, you know, I started when I was 25 years old. I had no clue what I was doing, you know, but it's like I didn't question that I should not do it, because I never questioned. I would just do and figure it out as I went along. You know, and I was always volunteering.
Well, that confidence again.
Yeah, see, that really helped.
You had so much confidence.
It was, you know, to me, it was like not even confidence. It was just like, that's just how I thought, you know. And it's like I didn't question that I couldn't do stuff. You know what I mean? It's like I just did it. And if there was something I couldn't figure out, I figured out a way to figure it out. Mm-hmm. You know, I always figured that shit out. Like getting the electricity up here, I had no clue. And electricity still mystifies me. but I stumbled through it. It's like okay, I got this place up here. Now I want to put electricity because that was one of the things I needed to get the well. And I was like, fuck, how do I do that? So I went to the county, and they're like, oh, there's an electrician store over here. Go talk to them. And I'm like, got this land. I want to put electricity on it. And they're like, well, you need a pole. You need a thing. I was like, okay. So I made a list, and I bought all that shit. And they're like, okay, well, you got to do this and do that. And then I would do it, and then I'd say, okay, I got that done. What do I do? And they would tell me, and I would get it done. Yeah, a little bit. I would just like whatever source I could find, and they told me that I could run the electricity through the trees here in this county back in those days.
Mm-hmm.
And so I used a bow and arrow tied to a fishing string.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, tied to a fishing string and shot it through the trees.
Uh-uh.
And then I pulled with the fishing string. I pulled a bigger string, and then I pulled a rope, and then with the rope I pulled the line through the trees. That's how I did it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, made total sense to me. I just thought it up.
Well, it worked.
It fucking worked right on. It was easy.
It's easy. Bow and arrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I got the electricity here. Had no clue what I was doing.
Yeah.
Figured it out.
Most people would not attempt something like that because they wouldn't have the confidence.
Yeah, it seemed like confidence to me. You know what I used to call it? I used to call it relying on my luck. It seemed to me like I had this entity that would make shit happen. You know what I mean? Like whatever I needed, this thing would make it happen.
What thing?
Like this being that lives around me or protects me or makes stuff happen for me. Yeah, I've seen it in action many times. Hurt people that thought that either wanted to hurt me or thought that they would, or had hurt me or like wanted to do me ill will.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I've seen that happen a lot of times. And it was always non-lethal and non-permanent, but very, very scary. Yeah.
The entity hurt people?
Yeah. Not real bad, but enough to where...
With your body?
No. Shit would happen to them.
Oh.
Yeah. Like this I had this friend, Greg, who me and him got in a fight. We'd been friends for years, and he fucked me over. And right after he fucked me over, he was doing some tree work, and the rope caught his leg and threw him through the air like 50 feet.
Mm.
And he said when he was in the air, it was the only thing he'd think about was how he fucked me over. And he said, and then I was at this party, and he comes up to me and goes, damn, I just had this trippy thing to me, and I was just like, I need to apologize for the way things went down, and
Wow.
Yeah, I know. He's like, I totally knew that what was happening was because I fucked you over. Yeah. And the way that cars get fucked up here, yeah, I've seen that so many times, I could tell these people, like, they got bad karma, and they're driving here, and they're like, no, don't do that. Oh, really?
What?
Get their car stuck, Yeah, fuck up their oil pan. I mean, yeah. Yeah. Not only if they had hurt me, but it seemed like it would manipulate things so that it would benefit me, or it thought it benefit me. Yeah, like Crystal. I helped her change her car, or oil in her car, and I told her check your oil before you start the car, right? And she didn't, and the oil had drained out, and it blew up her engine. So then she was without a car. It's like a 19-year-old. She had a car, right? So I had a car here that she could use, so we fixed it up, but it made her dependent on me. You know what I mean? And it's like tied us together in this fucking really weird way. Mm-hmm. And it was awful, but it seemed like it really tied us together.
What was awful?
having her blow up her car. You know, she had a nice truck. It was awful. But it really bound us together, which wasn't what I wanted. But I mean, you know, it's not what I intended. You know, not at all. And you know, she didn't listen to what I said, so it was both our faults. Fuck.
But then she was stranded here.
Yeah.
But you were happy that she.
No, I mean, I felt miserable, and you know, I had to bust my ass to get that car going. But she got that car going. I had that car. Yeah. That sucked. What's that? But I've seen so much shit like that happen over and over and over again. Like that sailboat thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Me coming here because of that.
Yeah. Right. That's like the MO about how it works.
I see. So you have luck on your side.
Right. You see how I could think that there's an entity that makes shit happen?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, and look at my life, you know? It's like I film a rainbow in my front yard. It makes me a living legend. You know, I didn't plan that.
Living legend.
I was the catalyst. I did the work. I always had a camera with me. I was filming everything, you know. So, and I cleared this land out so that I could see rainbows, you know. Not so that I could see rainbows, but I cleared it out, and then I could see rainbows all the time. So like I did all the little things to make it all happen, without really realizing it, because I just did what was in front of me. Yeah, the way I manipulated that whole Jimmy Kimmel thing, looking back on it, fuck, that was trippy, man. Like, I told a bunch of reporters that story, and they're like, so after you filmed the Double Rainbow video, you went on Jimmy Kimmel? And I'm like, no, I went on Jimmy Kimmel 2 years before. And they're like, what? What? This doesn't add up. You went to go promote the Double Rainbow video? No. That's not, no. Yeah. And when I read Jimmy Kimmel's mind on national TV,
I don't see that. When I watch it, and I watch it, and I watch it. I don't see that.
You don't see? He says, he goes, what do you think it means? And what do you think of that? And I said, I think it's a mirror. And as soon as I say that, he pulls out a mirror.
I know, but he's like, well, it's funny you should say that.
Yeah. Okay. So coincidence. That was a coincidence. That is like.
But hadn't you said I think it's a mirror before?
No.
You've never said
No. That got me thinking that way.
No.
I mean, it came clear into my head. Say it's a mirror. Say it's a mirror. I heard those that twice. You know what I mean? Real quick.
Do you hear voices a lot?
No.
Ever?
But no. I mean, I hear it. That's pretty rare. What I heard there. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Yeah. But it's not like I hear a voice through my ears. It's like I'm thinking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And what came to me was just, say it's a mirror. And it's the same thing when I did the first interview. I had no clue what I was going to say, and the words just came out of me. I remember I was standing right there, and I was talking on the phone. I forgot to who, some reporter. And he was like, "Were you surprised?" No. I knew it was coming. No one who knows me is surprised. You know, and I remember telling people, "Man, remember that rainbow video I got?" And they're like, "Yeah, everyone loved it." I'm like, "I made an even better one." I said, "It's gonna be something. You know, it's powerful." And I remember telling people, like at the dentist, they had done all the work on me that they could, and I needed a bridge or an implant because I was missing a tooth, and they're like, it's like $3,000, and I'm like dirt poor, and I'm like, yeah, I think something's gonna happen where I'm gonna have the money to get that. And they're like, how are you gonna do that? And I said, I don't know, but I think it's coming. And I remember the woman saying, well, tell it to come my way too. And everyone says that, you know. It's like, no, you got to do that yourself. Why do I want to give it to you, you know?
Selfish about it.
Well, if it's coming to me, it's coming to me for a reason. If you want something to come to you, make it come yourself. Why am I going to give, that away? You know, that's ridiculous. Do it yourself.
Oh my God.
People can't think like that because they think you have to work and make money to pay things to, that's the only way they can imagine things, and that's not what I did.
Can I ask you? I have to ask you a serious question.
All right.
But off the camera.